Today at shopdap.com, we're going to be talking about checking brake pads on your Volkswagen or Audi model. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about checking brake pads. We're going to be using this Mark V GTI that was recently purchased by a guy who works with us. And we're going to be showing you checking the front and the rear and basically just showing you what you're looking for in regards to brake pad wear. So something also to be aware of, that most Volkswagen and Audi models do tend to wear rear brakes faster than they wear front brakes. Driving style depends on the ratio. So oftentimes people who drive manual transmissions tend to be less hard on brakes because they're not pushing the pedal all the time nonstop to keep the vehicle down. They'll idle down to stops or slow down often. And for that reason, they tend to have brakes last longer. So I've known of people with cars either like this one or others who last 120,000, 130,000 miles on the front pads. And on some of those models, especially with early Mark V models, we used to eat through brake pads much quicker. They would last shorter times, like 30, 40,000 miles for the rear pad. So oftentimes you will be replacing rear pads to front either 2-to-1 or sometimes even more of a ratio than that. The exceptions would be the heavier vehicles like Touaregs. Touaregs will burn through pads much more often because they are heavier and tend to be automatic. So you will wear pads pretty often on vehicles like that. With that said, let's go into checking our brake pads. Okay, so before we check the pads specifically, let's talk about the components we're looking at here. Here's our brake rotor or brake disc. Here is our caliper. This is the caliper carrier. This would unbolt and come off. And then you have the brake pads in between here. This retaining spring keeps everything kind of in place and helps everything return and prevents the caliper from moving around too much during operation, because you are only bolted on one side. This kind of keeps everything in place. So what we're looking at is the pad material that actually rides along these rotors. There's one pad here and one pad on the back side. It's important to note that the rear pad always wears faster on these type of calipers than the outer pad. So which means whatever you see here is going to be less pad material on the inside here. And that's again because the pistons on the inside of this caliper is going to push here. So the inner pad always is going to contact first and then the outer pad contacts, which means over time the inner pad will always wear quicker than the outer one. Now as we come up closer here on our brake pad, here is our pad, and the inner part touching the rotor is the backing. So if you look, the important thing to note is that you have the backing material and then you have the pad material. And so what you're looking at is the thickness of the pad material. Now, you can try to measure this with some type of gauge. It's generally going to be recommended by millimeters is how the thickness would be. Pads are going to vary depending on how they're sold new. So a pad like this may come with 10 millimeters of thickness brand new, and maybe some other brake pads on maybe a super high performance car may come with a 7 millimeter brake pad to start. Probably a little bit thicker than that, but just using rough numbers as an idea. Oftentimes the general rule of thumb is around 3 to 4 millimeters is when you're going to be looking to replace your brake pads. So you can measure that pad material. Again, you're measuring from the surface of the rotor to the backing here, and that's going to be your metric for replacing that. Now I would say these front pads are pretty significantly worn and should be probably replaced pretty soon. This vehicle would have a pad wear indicator. On this particular car, there is only one pad wear indicator. It would be on the inside of the driver's side wheel, and it's going to be basically a filament that sits in between the brake pad material, and once the pad material wears through, it will break the connection, at which point it will set a light in the car telling you to replace the brake pads. So when that happens in this vehicle, you're going to get a light, which is why you can either replace them in this circumstance while you have it apart or whatever, or you can continue to drive until you get that light, that indicator light, which is only on the front pads in this particular vehicle, and really most vehicles in general only have front pad wear indicators at this point. Okay, here we are in the rear of the vehicle, and much like the front, you have your rotor, you have your caliper, you have your caliper carrier, and then you have your brake pad. Now because of the way these rear brakes are set up on this, you can actually see the inner pad because there's a notch cut out right here in the caliper, so you can actually see the pad material there from this angle over here, and you'll be able to determine whether the inner or outer is worn more. And also you can check side to side to see if they're wearing differently, because if you have brake pads wearing different from side to side, it means you probably have a hung up caliper or something sticking along the way. Maybe an e-brake line that's hung up, that's rusted on an older vehicle, could cause a caliper to drag over time on a rear brake. So we're gonna get up close and show you this brake pad. Okay, so as we take a look at our pad material closer up, right here, you can see there's significantly more pad material on the rear than there is on the front. Normally you would expect to see more pad material on the front. So these are pretty new, you can tell from the amount of meat left on these brake pads. And we're gonna take a look and see if we can get a better shot from the inner side of that caliper so you can take a look at the inner pad. Okay, so here we are looking from the other angle, and this is our piston boot for the rear caliper. Here is our backing plate, and then you can see the pad material here, and then the rotor is right here. So as you can see in this circumstance, try to rotate this light so you can see the differentiation there. You can see that caliper, piston, then your backing material, then your pad material, then your rotor. So you can see there's quite a bit of meat on these rear pads, which again, I would not suspect to find on the front ones. And we know the rear pads on this particular car are all set. Thank you so much for watching our video on how to check brake pads on Volkswagen and Audi models. If you're looking for brakes for your VW or Audi, be sure to check us out at shopdap.com. We will link it in the description below. And we hope this video is helpful. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more like it.